The Wanted Police update has been out for a few days. Everyone is talking about the career mode and how to do it as soon as possible. I don't think I've played it for too long and I'm already level 3, well on my way to reaching level 4. And I've got some tips and some advice, so I'm going to be sharing it with you. I've got 6 pieces of advice ranging from least to most useful, so make sure you watch until the end. I did stream the update as well. I'm streaming a lot more. Subscribe, tap the bell to not miss the streams. My first piece of advice is to not buy anything unless it's required by a mission. There are many missions in this game that require you to own a certain vehicle. For example, a mission that I have is Public Relations Part 4, and this requires me to patrol for 30 minutes in a Zorvello. That basically means be a police and be in a Zorvello for 30 minutes. Parts 1, 2, and 3 all require various vehicles, so unless if a mission tells you to have a vehicle, don't buy anything right now. If you want to reach level 5, do not spend your money, even if it's on crates, even if it's on just little things, avoid it as much as you can. Because I don't even have the Zorvello. I've got 29.2 million. I don't own that car, so I'm going to have to buy that car. And I might have, spent my money on a bunch of other stuff. If they added a bunch of new things, I would have wasted my money on that. So just be careful. That's my first piece of advice. Did I say first piece of advice? What is with me today? Second piece of advice is just be prepared to server hop. A lot of people are a police right now. This server that I've joined, you can see the amount of police. Like, there is actually a good amount of syndicates in the game, but there is also quite a few police. You've got 2 there, you've got 1, you've got 3 over here, 1 there, 1 at the airport. There is quite a lot. So my advice would be to try and target servers where at least half of the people are not police. If you want to rejoin, you just go into the chat and type /rejoin, and that will make you rejoin. No, it won't. That's really embarrassing. What it did. I saw so many people do that. Just leave the game, go to Wanted's main page, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see servers. You click on servers, and then you want to preferably join big servers. So if you just keep it on descending, you can see the biggest servers in the game. You just choose one, and then you can join it. This one's got 23 people. We can then instantly view the map, and you just want to look at the amount of blue dots you see. In this server, again, this is a really good server. There's only 4 police, including myself, in this server. Brilliant for this. Arrest 10 criminals at bank, for instance. Like, you've got to make sure that these are unique people, so just be prepared to rejoin. People can leave, servers can die. This is a common thing that can happen in this game, so just be prepared for that. However, there are some servers and some cases where it is useful to be on your own and not be bothered by other people. My third piece of advice is private servers. I would heavily consider doing this. Private servers cost 500 Robux a month. If you have the Roblox Plus subscription, they're free, and you can get a 2-week free trial of Roblox Plus. So if you've got a friend group, I'd recommend maybe strategically planning this out. You get one for 2 weeks, and then you get your friend to do one for 2 weeks, something like that, and you plan it out. Because sometimes it is just useful to be on your own. There are places where you want to, patrol in a certain amount of time, and if you're a police, you can die to criminals. So it could be a good idea to just be in a private server, and then you can do this on your own. Search and seizure as well. Confiscate $50,000 worth of stolen goods. Use an alt account. Grind on an alt account. If you see something really rare, get your alt account to pick it up, and then you can arrest them and seize that loot. And it just makes some progress for that. There are not too many, but there are still some good use cases here where it would be good to be in a private server, so make sure you do that if you need it. I did just mention this in the private server one, but I'm going to include it, and I'm going to add another one that I've just remembered. Alt accounts, they are useful, only really for the confiscating ones. As of right now, it's not useful for the other ones, because as I mentioned a bit earlier, things like this one, arrest 5 criminals disoriented by flashbangs, things like revive 25 people, ones like arrest 10 syndicates at night, these have to be unique people. They cannot be the same person. I will say 2 things on this matter, and I have to be careful because I know the developer, one of the developers is probably watching this video. How you doing? They made the syndicate missions easier. The syndicate had their own career. If you haven't done that, then these are other missions you can do. A lot of the syndicate missions were terrible. It was like open 100 house safes for a mission, and that's just not a thing anymore. It's now like 50, and they made quite a few of them easier after release. I am in conversation with the team to try and see if we could change it. I say we, they can change it. I'm not part of the development team. I'm just giving advice. Would be cool if you could, I guess alt farm, but it'd still be kind of cool if you could do the same person and revive them multiple times. Maybe even if there's like a cooldown on certain people, like every 5 minutes, and then you can revive them again. Just something like that would be nice. I'm going to group that one with the private servers one though. So that's my third point. My actual fourth point is to be in a crew. If you don't know, you can click menu in the top right, then you can click on the sidebar here, and then it would open up your crew. You can invite people that are in your server to be in your crew. These have some very minor advantages. Crew bonus, being able to see them from a distance on the map, but it's not much that's too special. Except for in this update, there are certain police career missions where if someone else in your crew does it, it will count for you. For example, Bang and Clear Part 1. I know that this one works. This is an example of one. I know it is. I would really like it. I think that they should do this if there was a little indicator or something, maybe next to the pin marker, that basically told people that doing this in a crew would kind of help, and if someone does it in the crew, it will work, because not all of them are like this. Like patrol bank for 60 minutes, that doesn't matter in a crew, but certain things, I think the arrest ones, I think the revive ones, I think things like arresting the unique people type of missions work in the crews. So maybe play with your friends and work together, because then you can, like, you know, do the mission so much faster. Next piece of advice might seem obvious, but you know, it's still good to note: multitasking. Make sure to multitask. Patrol downtown at night for 60 minutes and then patrol bank for 60 minutes. If you go to the bank, you'll make progress in both. Like, why not go to the bank in a Zorvello, and then you will make progress with the bank one and the Zorvello one, and when it's night, you'll make progress with the night at downtown one. You know, so methodically work out the best possible route to limit the amount of time you spend. Just before recording, I was in the bank car park inside of a helicopter, which was contributing to the downtown patrol, the bank patrol, and a patrol one for helicopters. I did all three at the same time. So make sure to do that, you know, honestly. And you could be in a crew as well. You can do this while in a crew of other people while they're doing a mission, so that they can help you with certain aspects and you can do certain aspects for yourself, and maybe you can even help them in certain aspects for yourself. If you kind of methodically do this with other people, even if it's like alt accounts, that can work. Like if I'm AFK underneath the bank, I can then use my ult and start arresting people with the flashbangs and stuff like that. And then that will contribute, because I'm in a crew, to my main account. If you think about it really cleverly and you tactically do this, you can actually get these done pretty quickly. My final piece of advice is for when you're not playing the game, you're not going to make much progress unless if you AFK grind. And there is a lot, as I've mentioned already, of just things you have to wait for. Patrol downtown for 60 minutes, patrol bank for 60 minutes, be in a Zorvello for 30 minutes, patrol jewelry store for 60 minutes. I think there's even like patrol cargo plane for 2 hours. That's crazy. So my advice is to find a way to AFK grind in this game. It will force you to rejoin Wanted after, I think, 20 minutes, like 19 minutes, something like that, to make sure that, and it will just rejoin the server to make sure you're not just out of the game entirely. But there are certain things you can do. I think on Android phones, there's pieces of software. On Windows computers, there's like Tiny Task. On Mac computers, there's the Automator app. You can just like record an input of you just jumping once, and then play it and make it so it plays it constantly or every minute or something like that, and that will keep you in the game. So that way you can, as I said, do the multitasking. You can be underneath the bank as a police or something. But keep in mind, you might want to tie this into a private server, because if you're AFK patrolling somewhere at a certain location, you have to be a police. You can just get killed, you might lose your loot. So keep that in mind. But you can combine a bunch of stuff. You can go AFK in a private server, in a crew, with other people that are completing their own missions. So then you can get the patrol missions, them in their crew can get their missions done, and then you'll tag along while you're AFK, while you're sleeping, while you're out, something like that. If you think about it, you can multitask these and do it with other people really quickly. So yeah, that's my advice. I am going to go back to grinding these because I need to get the warden vehicle. As soon as I get the warden vehicle, I think I'm going to do kind of a review of all of the rewards you can get. I think that could be cool. You know, check out the vehicle, the shield, the P90 and all of that. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. As I mentioned earlier, I streamed the update on the YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone that showed up. But after the stream, I did make a video summarizing everything you need to know about the update, including, you know, what's new and a bit more information about it. If you want to check that out, it's right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.